you got to improve every day. And if you messed up today or you messed up yesterday, start where you're at, start right now and start fixing it right now and get over it. Get over it. Life, you know, you never know when life will end and how much time you have left in life. So always improve, always get better. Hey guys, welcome back to Driven Couples, and I'm really excited today. We have an amazing show for you, and personally me, I think this is going to be more of help to all of you right now, because a lot of people right now in different parts of the world are going through a lot of problems, a lot of issues. Like maybe you know, your business isn't doing that good. Maybe you're losing a lot of people. Maybe you're stressed out. Maybe you have problems at home, because when there's problems with money, there's problems at home. And, right, you know, many other problems. Obviously, real estate, in the real estate space, a lot of things have changed. Prices, you know, there's not enough homes. 6 million homes were sold last year. Only 4 million homes are being sold this year. The rates are up. Everything is going crazy. So I had a powerful conversation today with Eric Spofford, one of my friends. He's going to be at Driven 7, by the way. So, and you know, like everybody goes through ups and downs. So the what you have to look at is the people that you listen to, the people that mentor you. Take a look at like their track record. A track record gives it all. People criticize me. People want me to fail. People want me and Syl to fail. People criticize both of us. You know, you can't always be doing everything right. Because even when you do things right and you try to be right, there's always somebody that's gonna not like you for some reason. So right, the way I show my success is by getting the results. Do I make mistakes? Absolutely. I'm not perfect. I also have I have bad ideas sometimes. I never said I was perfect. A lot of the times on social media, you know, I'm promoting and it's working. Why would I stop promoting when it's making me so much money every day? Every hour? I'm not going to stop what's working. So where I want to go is, like, you know, I make mistakes and I apologize to Syl for, you know, having a little bit too much fun yesterday. But I did go 33 days of my cleanse. And like I said,
just to fuck it up all in one day.
I am not perfect.
Yeah.
So that's it. But I've never, and this message is to the world. Look, as long as you don't quit, you cannot fail.
Right.
You got to change. You got to pivot. And if you make a mistake, you bounce back. So regardless of everything that's going on, I've never been in a better place, made more money than I am making right now. And let me explain what I mean about the money thing, because a lot of people say, I make 100 million, I make 20 million, I make 10 million, I make 2 million. All right. How much of that do you keep? There's restaurants, the restaurant industry, their margins are only 3%. Look it up, Google it. You know, like when you have a mom and pop shop, and let's say you have a real estate shop or a mortgage shop, and let's say that you pay people very high commissions, that business isn't worth anything. It's not really a business. When you think about all the expenses, that company is not even profitable. So when you build a business, we learned it the hard way by making all these mistakes. And the whole operations, the systems, the processes, training people, hiring people, going through a lot of people has taught us by making mistakes. And yes, I made a lot of mistakes. I spent a lot of money. You know, I lost a lot of money. We had real estate. I never said we still have real estate. We had to sell all the real estate. But guess what? Right now, I had a powerful conversation with Eric Spofford, because I know my wife has been really wanting to get some real estate. So we are about to load up on a bunch of deals, babe. So I want to thank you for everything you do for the company. You're awesome. Like I couldn't do it without you. And me and you are a 1-2 punch. Like I drive the sales, I drive the force, and I do create chaos a lot of the times. But look, fortunately, I have you to fix it up.
Yeah. So, and you know, obviously making mistakes is part of growth. And the main reason most people don't grow is because they don't want to make mistakes, right? In school, we're basically taught not to make mistakes and not to ask for help, which is crazy. And think about it. Like, how else can you reach success if you're not making any mistakes? Because to not make mistakes, we all make mistakes, right? Some bigger than others. And unless you're making the same mistake over and over and over again, it's a valid mistake because we're learning from it, right? Smart people are going to learn from that mistake and not make it again. And unfortunately, you know, we are taught not to make mistakes, not to ask for help, but you should ask for all the help in the world, and you should make as many mistakes as possible, because I personally believe, based on my experience, that when we are making mistakes, we're learning. It's the biggest learning experience we're going to have, because when people are succeeding and they're up here, you know, I'm not saying everyone, but most people, their ego takes over. And then guess what? They're not coachable anymore. They're not students anymore. They're not remaining coachable at all because they think they know everything. And you never, ever, ever know everything, you know, and this is a conversation I always have with Albert. There's always somebody better than you. You can think that you're the most beautiful thing in the world. There's going to be somebody more beautiful than you, period. I'm not saying they're going to be happier than you. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? But there's always somebody faster than you, somebody smarter than you, somebody that makes more money than you. Like, you just don't know who's in the room, right? This is why you have to make yourself, you have to put yourself in the right rooms, right? Because if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You're never going to grow. So you're the biggest fish in a pond. And that's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to aspire to want to be around better and better and better people, right? People that make you uncomfortable, people that are going to help you grow, people that are going to hold you accountable to the things you say you're going to do, because accountability is a huge problem in this world, you know? And for me, I said it during one of our trainings, having discipline and holding myself accountable for the things that I say that I'm going to do, as little as they might be, they're important. You know, the little things add up to the big things in life, and you don't get to success overnight. And if you do, it's normally the people that, if you want to call, you know, success winning the lottery, but those people, why do they lose everything? Why do most athletes lose everything? It's because there's no literacy in finances. Like, we're not taught how to multiply money, how to keep money, right? People that don't know what to do with money, they get money and they blow it all. It doesn't matter how much money it is. This is why the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer, right? And at some point, and you know, it's conversations I have with this guy, because it's like, he just doesn't value money. I don't know. I mean, to me, I like to know the price of everything. It doesn't matter if it's a Celsius. I want to know what it costs, because I remember we used to buy Celsiuses for like $1.25. Now they're like, what, $4?
Didn't we buy the powder and mix it?
We used to buy the powder and mix it. So you guys get the point. For me, all those things are important. I think it's important to know things. And you might think, oh, who cares? That's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant. It's going to be important at some point. Everything is important.
That's where you and me make a great couple.
Right.
Because I'm going to tell you again, money is trash.
It is if you don't use it.
Money is trash. And I'm a lot like Grant Cardone. Like, I want to talk about Grant Cardone a little bit right now. Like I love Grant Cardone. If you're watching this, Grant, because I think you will, like I have nothing but love for you. Like, I love that guy. I still till this day watch videos of him to get pumped up and to learn, you know, to study from where he was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, because it reminds me a lot of me. And I'm like Grant, but just younger and Mexican, you know, and I think I'm the best, you know. I think I'm better than him, and he will respect
he's
that.
Better than you,
he
too.
will respect that, because if you are out there, you should think you're the best. You should think you're better than me. You should think you're better than anybody, because you want to go out there and win. You want to think big, and however people want to see it. You know, whether was it easy, was it hard? Did you almost go out of business a lot of times? We've been in this building, we've been in this office, in this floor for almost 2 years. 2 years now. 2 years. We spent $1 million plus remodeling the whole floor. Okay, like, you have never seen me not have a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce.
Right.
We're going to Modesto tomorrow. We're flying private, my friends. Like, I'm not, I don't have to say it. I'm doing it. you can see the success, right? People that leave us, people that quit, or people that we fire, they weren't getting results. That's why they're not here anymore. They thought it would be better somewhere else. And then I look up their numbers, and it's not, and the numbers are even worse. You could bring it in here. So you guys see the results. So a lot of sayers out there, but there's very few doers. So all I can do is, hey, like I said, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I'm very aggressive. I think really big, and I just have that very, very addicting personality, like Grant. So that's why I kind of relate to Grant a lot. He has a very addictive personality. They're very
similar.
So I'm not scared of spending money, big money. Like I'll put everything on the line to grow because I know that I won't let my team down. I won't let my people down. I know that, and that is the reason why I didn't have to wait until I was old. So I'm going to turn it back to Syl here, but I don't believe in paying the price now to play later. Like if I die today, I did everything in life that I wanted to do and more. I got my $1 million Ferrari. That's my dream car.
Right.
I've been living in Bel Air for 2 years. I lived in Truesdale Estates for another 2 years. I lived in a high rise on one of the top floors. I've had all the watches. I went out with a lot of girls, and when I was younger, I had it all. I got you a little gift. Here, it looks better if I give it to her. So I got you some flowers.
They're gonna have to be bigger than that for me to forgive you. But thank you.
So guys,
where do I put them?
I'm just right there on the floor. But I don't believe in paying the price right now to play later. I believe in paying the price now and playing right now. Everything that I did, like my dream was to be in a jet. It became a dream later. In life, when remember we went on Grant's jet,
right?
And that's the first time that I went inside a jet, and I'm like, damn, this is so badass,
right?
And guess what? A year later, we're flying private. A few years later, we're flying private, and I've never not like for the last 3 years, over 3 years, we've flown private. I've had every accomplishment that I don't need anything else. It's always telling me like why you keep buying more red bottoms? Because I don't wear anything that's not red at the bottom. Like if you know me.
Well, what are we gonna do with your 100 other pairs of shoes?
Albert does not wear anything that's not red at the bottom. If you know if you know what I mean. So like I'm just like that. Why not? What?
Oh, you wear the same size? All right.
Why am I gonna save? You don't have to save to play later. Like we're going on the jet, right? I'm gonna teach you right now a business principle that I use. Use other people's money. We're flying private to Modesto. I'm not paying for the jet. Like I said, we're gonna fly to Modesto because it's options. When you make money, people work hard for money so that it buys you time. Right. So the jet is buying us time. We're going to be in and out. We're going to be there in the morning. We're going to come back the same day whenever we want. The jet leaves when we want to leave, and they come back, and the jet comes when we want to come back.
Right.
We don't have to land in Merced and drive another 45 minutes to Modesto. We're landing in Modesto private airport. All right. And what do? I do a story. If anybody wants to fly with me, DM me jet. I got people that signed up. Guess what? I'm not paying for the jet. So you got to believe in yourself more. The only reason why people quit or they think small is because they're very insecure of their ability to produce more income in the next hour, in the next day. Forget about me making monthly income. I make money daily. Right. I make money every hour. I make money every minute. Every minute, I'm getting a $67 subscription. That's just like bing. So I'm not scared of spending money. The money is to be spent. So I'm at a point now where people exaggerate. People show off. I make a couple million a year. I pay a couple millions of dollars a year in taxes to the IRS. All right. A lot of people don't know that. What do I have to do right now? So it's time for us because we have different flows of income, right? So some businesses right now are blowing up. Real estate is a little low right now, but I have other businesses that are doing really good. So right now it's a very great opportunity to start what Syl has been wanting to do. So now we're ready. I was talking to Eric Spofford. So we are going to start investing heavy in apartments, in real estate. So I went over with Eric and we're so starting today. we're gonna start picking up a property a month. Every month,
you guys all heard it.
we're gonna buy a property, and we're gonna buy a property. And you know what? It's not gonna make us rich, right? But it's gonna be an asset that we're gonna get. That's gonna be passive income. What is passive income? Selling coaching programs, selling mortgages, selling solar, real estate, whatever you sell is not passive income. All right. Let me explain what I mean by that. Passive income is when no matter where you are, even if you're dead, you continue to make money for your family. Because if you're dead, if you can't talk anymore, you can't sell coachings. Maybe you can do the sign language, right? But you get the point. If you're in a coma, what happens? You can't make, you're not going to be able to do labor work.
Yeah.
You can't show homes. You can't sell coachings. You can't mentor people. But if you have apartments, the passive income is going to come no matter if you have a coma or you're dead. And that's going to go to your family. So I was talking to Eric Spofford, and we're going to load up on a bunch of these properties. Every month, we're going to be picking up a property. And guess what? All the properties that we buy this year, we get 80% bonus depreciation. Next year, it drops to 60%. Regardless, there's other ways to use that to offset your income. Mm-hmm. So because of the income, this year, I will be making $60 million, by the way. So if you're watching this year, I'm making $60 million. You know what I'm going to do to offset taxes as much as I can?
Buy
some properties.
Right.
I'm going to buy some properties, and we're going to bonus depreciate it. And look, everything I say, I do. So it's not if you do it, I will do it, because everything I say, I do. So I'm going to do that. And it's also going to make my wife a little bit happy. Hopefully you like the roses. I'm going to pass back the mic to you, babe.
So it's hard to stay mad at him for a long time, but he's on my last nerve since yesterday. So there's something that I read somewhere that says a lot of people talk, few people do, and even less people keep doing. And one thing about this guy, everything he says, he does, and that I'm happy about. And you have been telling me since you sold all of our real estate, because I love real estate, that you're going to buy me real estate. So one a month it is. And we start September. What month is it?
August.
So we start September 1st. Done. You guys all heard it here first.
I'll be sharing the properties on my stories that you guys can keep track of me.
Yeah. So we held him accountable there. And, since we're talking about the things that we've learned the most, you have to have faith in yourself. You have to believe in your abilities, which he has a great ability to believe in his ability of making money. That's why he doesn't really value it. Me, I love money. I love money in my bank account.
Cash is trash.
Cash is trash if you don't use it properly, 100%. I'm on board with that. However, you have to collect, if you don't want to say save cash, you have to collect large amounts of cash to be able to deposit them into what? Real estate, businesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Because the people that just buy material things, especially all the people that weren't supposed to be buying material things 2-3 years ago, it's like, where are they now? They're gone. They're long gone. Now they're all saying it's not about this. It's not about that. It's not about cars. It never was. Like, who the hell said it was all about cars and material things? Nobody said that. So it's crazy. People drive me insane, and you have to just focus on your own life. Like, everybody's so concerned with, they're stuck here. That's why they don't do anything with their life. They're too busy impressing freaking strangers all day, every day. It's crazy. You know who I want to impress? Myself. Secondly, my husband. Like, I tell him, why did I decide to stop drinking? Because I know myself. I love drinking, but I also love looking good. My baby's 6 months, so I had to give myself an ultimatum. You're either going to go all in. Once you're in the shape that you desire, then you can continue, drinking margaritas, because alcohol is really horrible for you in so many different ways. I love socially drinking, like with my friends or going on a date with him. Now, knowing how to control it and when to stop is, I think, a problem just all over the place. Like, it's crazy, So you have to impress yourself. Do things for yourself, not for your followers and everything that, especially the people that don't make money on social media. I'm like, who cares about your followers? Like, are you really happy? Because most people are miserable, you guys. And I tell him, I refuse to be miserable. Like, I am the happiest, coolest person you'll ever meet, hardest working person you'll ever meet, because I believe I'm the hardest worker in every single room. He's like, no, I am. I'm like, no, I am. and we're both hard workers, but I really think I'm a way harder worker than he is. He might be maybe a smarter worker if we want to go head to head with each other.
No chance about that.
Albert,
I completely
I'm the
disagree with
hardest
that.
worker
100%.
in every room.
No, you don't work
Every
harder than
room.
me.
I work harder than you.
I said this before. I know I get a lot of new followers. So for those of you that haven't heard it, I sleep 3 hours less than her a day. So that gives me a month and a half more of a life in a year.
But I move faster than he does.
She thinks she moves fast, but when you move fast, especially doing important things, you make mistakes. You need to make sure that certain things, you have to take your time to do them right.
That I agree with.
Now, so she does not work harder than me.
I work harder than you.
Not even close.
100%.
We're off starting by a month and a half. So we're off by a month and a half. So that tells you that I am kicking her ass when it comes to hard work. Now, does she work really, really hard? Yeah, she does, because she not only runs operations for all 4 businesses, but she also runs operations in the house with the kids. And the kids are a lot of work.
They really are.
They're a lot of work. So one thing that I want to mention though is look, if you're watching me, if you're new to me, if you are a hater and you're watching me from a fake account, because I know all my haters watch me. I know you're watching me right now. I'll send you a nice little smile. Look, take notes. I'm not going anywhere, my friend. Like, I've been in mortgage 21 years, since I was 19 years old. I'm 40. I'm young. I'm strong. I've been a business owner for the mortgage guys for 11 years. It's almost 11 years. I'm a few months away from 11 years. I've been in business active for 11 years with that company, the mortgage guys. 11. I'm not going anywhere. I've been through lawsuits. I've been through audits from the IRS, from the Department of Real Estate. I've been through it all. I've been through a couple of recessions as a business owner, and I've been through a recession in 2008 as a self-employed loan officer. And guess what? I didn't get out of the business. I stayed in mortgage. I figured it out. My income dropped. I became homeless, but I didn't give up.
Right.
And obviously now I have a lot more cash reserves, resources, and look,
brains.
Think about this experience. So I'm not going anywhere, my friend. Ambiance Realty is going on 9 years. Active in business, Driven Enterprises, it's going on 8 years. We're gonna have our 7th Driven event. Seventh, and we always have 2,000-ish people there. All right, and we have the business boot camps. Conquer Escrow, the newest company, almost 2 years now. And guys and ladies, I'm not going anywhere. If anything, I will be a billionaire in the next 12 months. Just watch. I have my strategies in place. I have the blueprint. I know what I'm doing. And you know why I'm becoming a billionaire in 12 months? Because I am the Kylie Jenner of mortgages. Right? I'm building my brand around real estate and mortgages. I know exactly what I'm doing. Obviously, I can't give you all my secrets here, but about 1 million people view me a day right now. And it's only growing. With all my platforms combined, I get over 30 million people that view my stuff a month. That's about 1 million people a day that are watching me. All right. So that gives me also a big responsibility, because I do have to be a good example. And I was a great example. For 33 days, I did nothing but work hard, 18 hours a day. And, yesterday I celebrated a little bit, and people are not perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't have any other bad habits, but I drank a little bit of alcohol and I got a little tipsy. Anything bad with getting tipsy? Everybody has gotten tipsy. Elena Cardone, Grant Cardone, all of them. I'm sure, like even Jesus Cristo used to drink vino.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's fine to like drink a lot, but you know what? You gotta enjoy life. Why wouldn't you enjoy life? So yes, control it and be responsible. But where I want to get to right now is what's helped me right now make so much money, because there's different businesses, right? Business 1, business 2, business 3. Some of these businesses right now are not making money because production is lower.
They're sustaining.
And remember that there's a lot of expenses that come with each business.
Right.
Every business is different. And there's also certain businesses that have almost no expenses and the margins are super high, and then that business is scaling right now. So there's different types of industries, different types of businesses. And remember that you got to think in advance. You got to think about where are you going to be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Because for example, a lot of people are doing solar, right? How long is solar good for? You got to think about that. Where is solar going to be in 5 years? Where is solar going to be in 10 years? What's going to happen when everybody has a solar and there's no more solar to sell? Like, you got to think about all that stuff. Technology. When is technology going to replace somebody? So for example, when you don't have a brand, when you don't have personality, you don't have anything. You're committed to playing a small game right now, because right now, I know you're going to say there's a lot of people that are really wealthy that don't have social media, like Warren Buffett, right? But when he started, there wasn't any social media.
Right.
So right now, to play and not give away any advantages to other people, you got to play the game with the rules and with the technology that you have right now. So you got to be on social media. You got to be known. You got to build a brand, because that's going to make you so much powerful and so easy. There was a loan officer, mortgage guy, and he was a top LO in the nation. He's pretty much bankrupt right now, right? And you guys can look him up. He was closing, I think, 600 loans a month. He's closing like 10 loans a month now. Last time I checked, he was doing like 5 loans a month. So he's up to 10. I don't know how he's surviving, but that's, to me, bankrupt. When you go from 500 fundings plus a month to 10, pretty much bankrupt. You know why? Because this person failed to create a personal brand. He doesn't have personality. He didn't build his brand. He built a system. He built a website. He built a CRM where it makes it very easy for customers to go in there, price out their loan and get it, pay a very low fee. And he wasn't worried about charging a lot in commission, because he just wanted a little tiny piece.
Not a lot, the fair amount that it goes for.
So he would charge a little tiny piece for each deal, and people would just go to the website and do it themselves. And why? Because he didn't have to sell. He didn't need a brand, because in the past 2-3 years, the rates were really low. So people were going there. His majority of his business was refinances. What happened when all that changed? He's nowhere. Nobody knows who he is anymore. So it's very important right now. Any business you have, it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter if you have the best prices. It doesn't matter if you're experienced. None of that matters if nobody knows you. So what I've been doing very well right now, that has really scaled everything. And even when like, for example, real estate for most companies is down over 80%. Not for us. Not for us. Why? Because of the brand. The brand makes a big difference, because right now, if you're limited to only talking to people one-on-one or calling people one at a time, you're capped. When you're on social media and you have a huge following, you're going to reach the world. So what I started doing right here is I started delegating, and I started hiring my team. I hired a team so that they can help me with my posting. They post for me 6 times a day right now. We're posting 6 times a day, not only on Instagram. We're going on TikTok. We're going on YouTube Shorts. We're going on Facebook Reels. We're going on my personal Facebook Reels. We're going on YouTube en Español, YouTube in English, LinkedIn, Twitter, Threads, everywhere. And I'm putting out so much content that I just keep popping up in people's faces.
You're like omnipresent.
And now what I'm doing is I started running ads. I haven't ran ads forever. I ran ads in the beginning when I started my social media, but now I'm getting back to ads. So right now I'm going to ramp it up. I'm going to be spending like I don't know, like $500,000 a month in ads. My job right now is to become the most famous person, the most famous Mexican emprendedor right here. So I'm the Mexican motivational speaker, whatever you want to call me. So I'm going to be out there and I'm going to change the world. And why? Because 70% of the future homeowners, Andrew, in the US are going to be Latino Americans, whether they're Salvadorian Americans, Mexicano Americans, or Colombiano Americans. 70% of the future homeowners in the US, this is data from a reliable source, Google it, and you'll find out, by 2040, 70% of the future new homeowners will be Latino Americans. And guess who's going to be their Latino American motivational guy, business coach? Right here. You got him right here. So frame this, get a clip from this. In 12 months, when I'm a billionaire, I want you guys to replay this. Syl.
You're funny. You made me lose my bubble of thought. I had a good something I wanted to say.
You're looking better and better.
I know it takes forever. So that's why you can never give up, because sometimes you're working hard, and you get discouraged because you want the results overnight. And that's just not how life works. Because imagine if the universe was just here giving away to all the undeserving people that are entitled and think that they deserve something without actually working for it. That's like delusional. It's la la land. It doesn't work like that. You know, you got to keep at it. Even when you feel like nothing is happening, things are happening, you know? Like for me, I'm like, I've always been in really, really good shape, you know? And kids, I'm not saying I'm blaming my kids, but yeah, your body obviously changes after you have a child. Nonetheless, the second child. And then let's talk about the third child. It's something that's inevitable, but honestly, kids, like I was telling Albert, we have 3 beautiful little girls. Like, you guys have no idea, like, how delicious they are. They're the most amazing little kids. So different, all 3. You know, our daughter slept in her bed for the first time yesterday, which was, it was just like crazy. I don't know. And she's already a big girl, huh? She's 6. Italia's already 6. And it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like, they're our biggest treasure. I'm obsessed with my kids, you know, and we want to be good examples to them, which is exactly what I was telling Albert. I'm like, kids pay attention to everything their parents do. But anyway, like, never give up, because I'm like, I want to be a hot mom. Like, I want to look my best regardless of my age. You know, I just turned 37, which I'm like, man, I feel like I'm 21 still, because we're always operating on full cylinders 24/7. I say that because literally from when we wake up till we get home to, you know, me, I'll disconnect. He goes on his live. You know, I'm still available on my phone. That's why I tell all of our salespeople, I'm like, look, if you don't pick up your phone, the client goes somewhere else. It's that simple. You're unavailable, unreliable. Why wouldn't a client goes somewhere else with someone that is reliable, is going to take their call? Because real estate and mortgage, as much as people want to act like, oh, I'm self-employed, I'm this and that, it's a 24/7 job. It really is. You know, even in our dreams, I remember dealing with my clients and situations and people, and it's a lot of work. It's a 24/7 thing. You dream about it. It's absolutely insane. So for me, I'm like, okay, I give everything of myself to all of our businesses and everybody in them, right? And I mean everything. Like, you need me, I'm right here, you know? And I know that's going to change as we continue to grow, because it's unmanageable and we have a pretty big badass team, you know? But I like to be involved because we care about our people. Like, nobody has to care about you. That's what I tell everyone. I'm like, nobody owes you anything. Nobody has to give a crap about anything. The terms work great. We'll do business together. However, we pour everything into our people. Absolutely everything. You know, some appreciate it, some don't. And what I always say is, look, if you're going to leave, move on. Because a big thing that I see, a big problem, people physically leave, but are mentally still here. You know, and if I can give you a tip, it's an unfollow button for a reason. It's because it's over. It's done. You know, you don't have to keep, like, I'll never understand people that have fake accounts and they're over there like stalking people. It is the weirdest shit and it's bad for you. Just cut it out. Like, move on with your life. Go do the great things you were going to go do. Like, go for it. You know, there's no point of keeping tabs on people that are no longer in your life. You know, this could even mean family. You know, we're born into families. That doesn't mean you have to be close to them or put up with all their bullshit. You know, you keep your people close. Some family we're born into, some family we simply choose because we really do have each other's back. Because in this world, it is so hard to find people that are really ethical, good people that really are going to have your back no matter what. It's hard to find good people. It's like searching for needles in haystacks, because the minute they don't like something or you hurt their feelings or they don't like something, I'm like, baby boo, that's not how life works. Like, that is not how life works. You do good. I promise you, good is going to come back. And you know when the best part of life is? What the best part of life is whatever you give, you're going to get that in return, period. So for the people that are always pretending to be good people, there's a reason why your life is shit. It's shit because you are shit. Think about it. If you're good, you're going to get good. If you're a shitty person, you're going to get a shitty life in return. It doesn't matter if you think nobody's watching, nobody's listening. The universe is listening. Whatever the higher power is, it's listening, it's watching. And that's why you have what you have currently. The good thing is that it's never too late to change. You could literally make a decision right now to be a better person, to leave whatever it is in the past and move forward, because if you're not moving forward, you're standing still, you're not growing. So that means you're dying. Like, you know, it's important for people to do some deep diving within themselves, you know, and I have this conversation with him because I'm like, I'm happy doing absolutely nothing. I'm happy where we currently are. And I was also happy when I had a pickup truck that I used to go all over the place and, you know, sign counters with my clients before DocuSign. I was happy. I'm always happy. I'm happy getting out of a Rolls Royce. And I was also happy getting out of my Camry and I also had a Camry. I had a pickup truck. I had an old Mercedes. Like, I've had every car and I was happy with every single car. Like, a car doesn't define me. Does it feel good to get out of a Rolls Royce? 100%.
You think
Do people look at you different when you get out of a Ferrari? Absolutely.
That's where we're different, I think.
What? That those things you weren't happy?
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy. Like, well,
I'm just naturally a happy person. I'm a grateful person because nothing was given to me, Albert. Nothing was given to you either. But I don't think my cars define me. I don't think my money defines me. I'm a great person.
I mean, because I think it's just different stages of life.
Right.
Because it's like when we were happy. I mean, we probably were happier when we were broke than now.
We had less
the thing is that it's different. It's different because like when you're a kid, you're happy. Kids don't have to do anything.
They don't have a care in the world.
Kids just wake up and they're just smiling and playing. That's it.
Right.
They don't have any responsibility.
Itala wants to go to Disneyland all the time. And she's like, Daddy, when is my daddy going to buy me Disneyland? I'm like, oh, okay. Their dreams, their creativity, there's no limit to it. It's crazy. Like, you know, we did an exercise with our team here during one of the meetings. I'm like, okay, everybody take a pen. Write down a whole list of every single thing that you would like to accomplish in this life. I mean, there was 21-year-olds with like 4 things on their list. And I'm like, oh my God. My daughter would have had a whole list of 100 things in 10 minutes because there is no cap to their imagination to what they want out of life. It's crazy when you think about that, right? But now it's like, there's so much limitations. There's so much of what people think. I really don't care what people think about me. Does it piss me off when people think they know you through social media? It does piss me off. Like, I think it's so sad. The people that have fake accounts that want to type up fucked up messages because you're too much of a bitch. Please put a little star over that to like send the message from your real account because you're a bitch. You're a fucking little bitch. And it is so sad because if you have so much to say, why don't you post it from your account rather than your fake account? Like, I can't even imagine if I don't like someone to sit here and be like, let me go make them feel like shit out of a fake account because I'm a bitch. Like, that is so weird. And the world is full of trolls. It's full of people that are miserable and they hate you because they couldn't work for the things that you have that they want. And it makes me pissed off sometimes. He's like, don't answer the haters. I'm like, some haters need to know. They need to know because their mommy clearly didn't teach them right. Something's missing there. Like, and it does piss me off. I think it's sad.
Like I don't answer the haters.
Well, some of them need answering.
Sometimes you answer them like
I do sometimes. Most I'll just ignore because I'm like, dude, you never seen boobs before. Poor guy. Like, I feel sorry for you.
You realize that the secret to becoming super wealthy is getting haters?
I do. Not everybody's going to love you. Most people are going to hate you.
Think about the wealthiest people in the world. They have a lot of haters. Right. A lot of haters. And look at how much. Look at how like people hate Bill Gates.
Right.
For one reason or another.
But don't you think it's like weird, like to follow up on somebody's life that you hate?
That's just whenever I see more haters, like I have some haters right now on the live. they're saying that I'm not happy, that stop interrupting you and things like that. But I get other people that comment stuff. Like when I see that, like it makes me happy.
He thinks it's funny.
I'm like,
I think it's sad.
I'm doing good. Like
I'm like, where's the world going with all these little
telling me that
people behind a screen? Because in real life, you would get your ass beat. Someone will knock your ass so fucking hard, you'll never say anything in your life. That's crazy. Think about how many people would really do everything they do through social media in real life. Most people, I call them chicken shits because they're so brave. Yet when you have the person right here and you have the opportunity to say, hey, I didn't like that, they don't do it. But they talk all this smack behind people's back. And that is so sad because when I have a problem with someone, I pick up this fancy little thing and I said, hey, you have 5 minutes. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's squash it out and move on. And if I already told you, it's not talking shit because most people think everything is talking shit. I'm like, no, you were already told this. You were notified of this. So if people could just be a little braver and not so much chicken shit, that's what I call it. There's no other way other than a little B. There's no other way, but I'm just like, yeah, like I feel bad for people because I'm like, man, you live in a world where you're so miserable that you want to make sure everybody around you is miserable and misery loves company. And it's just crazy. So you want to get around good, successful, happy people that are doing big things that want to see you win because everybody wants you to do good until
you know what we make
they're doing better than you.
We make a perfect combo.
Why?
Because the wealth formula is very simple. It's just two things. You gotta overcommit. So you gotta overcommit where you spend all your money to make a big move. So you gotta make big moves. So you gotta overcommit, and then
over deliver.
Well, you overcommit, over deliver. I lost my thought.
There's two things that you need. You said.
Yeah. So you have all the strengths that I don't have, and I have the strengths that you don't have.
That's a fact.
So like I overcommit and I'll over leverage and I'll throw this huge idea.
Right.
And then I'll get so I'll get everybody together. Like yesterday in the middle of my fun time.
Can you ask Jamie if she's here already?
Mm-hmm. I added 4 people to Driven, 7.
Right.
All my friends, they're all worth a lot of money.
Right.
And they're all coming to Driven to speak for free.
Right.
And they're like, for you, Albert, of course I'll do it. And I already set the date. So I'm just saying this is the date. And I'll move some things around. Okay, let me confirm in an hour. I get a call and they confirm. But my point is that I overcommit and forget about overcommitting. You also have to execute. So I'll overcommit and execute, but then you run the operations. Right. Like you plan.
So I make it happen.
Like even this whole Modesto trip. Like I'm
like, let me get involved.
I threw an idea.
There are no details.
I threw an idea, but like we got you involved because you're great at that.
Right.
We're expecting over 100 people in Modesto, so it's gonna be massive. And guys, look, listen, really quick. If you are in California or even in the state right next to California, what I want you to do right now is drive down to Modesto tomorrow. I'm going to be there in Modesto tomorrow. I'm going to be there with Syl. If you got to leave, you could leave and I'll finish it up.
There, I'm waiting for you.
So I'm going to be there in Modesto with Syl. I'm taking my team and we're going to get there in the morning and we're going to be there till about 1 o'clock. And I want to go there because the more I want to reach more people. I want to help more people. And I'm looking for maybe that 1 or 2 or 3 people there in Modesto that are going to become part of the mortgage guys, maybe Ambiance Realty. Maybe there's 5 or 10. I don't know. But the more, the better. I want to go there and I want to see who here has what it takes. Who here wants me to be their mentor? Who wants to join our movement? So I want to go there, meet people. And I just want to share with you the story of how we started the mortgage guys, Ambiance Realty, and our other businesses, and how we were able to build what we built today from zero. Like me and Syl didn't come from a rich family. Me and Syl came from like broke families. You know, we struggled. I didn't even speak English till I was 6. That's when I started learning English, ESL student, special ed student. And I went through a lot. And if I was able to figure it out, like I didn't even know how to start a company. When I started a company, I Googled it. That's how I started it. And then guess what? when you start a company, you think you're going to make more money, but you lose all your money.
Right.
To the point where we had to sell all our real estate to survive because we needed the cash for our business. And finally, our business worked where it started growing. And then boom, you get COVID. Then boom, you get another recession. And you go through ups and downs.
Right.
But you can see it in people's faces. Like, look at people's faces. Look at their body. Do they take care of themselves?
Right.
Are they standing strong? How does the couple look? Are they helping each other out?
Right.
Are they building? Are they recruiting? Are they still doing events? Do they still have their cars? Whatever you want to look at, you can see who's really successful still and who's not.
Right.
Who's going places and who's not. So I always think big, make big moves. And then she operates the hell out of every business. If I didn't have an operator, we wouldn't be here. And that's why, like, what I want to be there and what I want to do there in Modesto is I want to go there and teach you the how-tos. Like, this is how we did it. This is the first step. Number one, you got to focus on sales. We started focusing on sales, and then we started hiring more people. Then we started marketing. Marketing, very important, marketing and sales. But right now, today, most people want to focus on the fun things. Marketing, sales, building your brand, becoming an influencer. Most people want to do that. That's the fun stuff. But what you fail to focus on is the operation side, the systems, the processes, the foundation of your business. If you're self-employed, you are a business. That's the first step. So like the operation side, Syl's going to go over everything, how she handles all the operations. I'm going to go there and I'm going to teach you guys how to make millions. Like I'm just going to plain out go there, and I will literally teach you how to make millions. So I can't wait to see you. If anybody here is still wanting to go on the jet with us, I do have one space, right? If you want to go on the jet with us, and it's not a little plane, it's a jet.
Yeah.
And we're not going to Merced, like I said. Yeah. We're driving straight to Modesto, and we're gonna land right there in Modesto, minutes away from the bar where we're gonna meet. And it's what money buys you time. Yeah. So if anybody wants to go on the jet with me, it's $5,000. So if you have $5,000 and you want to come on the jet with me, DM me jet right now. Send me a DM jet. And you have to be somewhere around California because we're leaving from the Van Nuys private airport. We're going to Modesto. You're going to see us in person. We're going to mastermind on the jet. And then we're going to come back, fly back together, and we're going to mastermind again. So you're going to spend all day with me, if you don't mind. And then this $5,000 ticket also includes a full day here at the office. So September 2nd, we're having a meetup here at the office with only 10 people. All right. And we're going to go over sales, marketing systems, the operations, and then the training. How do you train people? Because very important. If you want to build a successful business right now and you want to scale it, the people with experience are tied to bad habits, old bad habits, and they don't want to learn. They're not coachable. They don't want to change. They want to keep doing the same old stuff, old school. It doesn't work anymore. So that's why I like green people. I like brand new people that just got a license because they're very coachable and they're going to do what you teach them. So training for your company is very, very important. If you're a realtor, loan officer, whatever, you got to have the right training. So I can't wait. Modesto. Once again, if anybody wants to join us, DM me jet and I'll send you the link so that you guys can join us on the jet. It's $5,000 if you want to come fly with us. Did you want to say anything?
Fly with us. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I have a horrible voice. That doesn't mean I can't sing. It's never stopped.
Singing is not one of your strengths.
It's not. My daughter Italia sings so good. It's so cute. Anyway, so the thing about business, a lot of people go into business, yet they don't have the work ethic nor the smarts. I mean, you could figure things along the way, but I think having the work ethic is so important because you're going to work way more than you did ever worked for a 9-to-5. And if you could be great at what you do, I would say focus on what you're doing, because so many people focus on getting great at one thing, because there's people that do this and this and that and they do everything, but then they don't do anything. So you have to really become the best LO, become the best realtor, and then continue to grow from there, because it takes a long time to get to actual success. It really does. And you keep learning, you keep getting better. But as long as you're a good person and you never give up and you work really, really hard and smart, there's a lot of technology now. There's no way you can fail, like he said.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So everybody that's answer this last question. Everybody that's very, very successful, they're like us.
Yeah.
Like, for example, Grant and Elena.
Yeah.
You got you
Ed Milet and
they're-
his
like,
wife.
like the more successful they get, the more wealthy they get, they work even more.
Right.
Like they don't stop. It's almost like a sickness. So like me, like when you think about, when you ask like, are you happy? And I ask myself too, like, am I happy? Am I really happy? I don't even know if I'm happy. I don't even think I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Like I'm not a happy person. I'm not a happy person. Like I don't spend time with my kids as much as I want. I wasn't drinking for 33 days. So it's not like it's because I drink. No, because I didn't for 33 days. And I spend probably less time with them than ever. So I don't spend time with my kids. I mean, I don't spend quality time with my parents. Sometimes I don't even talk to them. And I see them every week.
We're going to work on
I don't spend time with you, quality, because you're always on your phone. I'm always on my phone. And like, I'm not perfect, like I said in the beginning. Like sometimes, like I'd rather be here in the office than be home. Like you leave, and I'll stay, and I'm working on stuff. I'm checking some messages. I'm working on my next social media campaign, whatever. I'll meet with some of my loan officers or realtors, and I get home just in time for my live, and then I'll do more exercise. I'll do stairs just to fucking like, I don't know, feel better, I guess. Then I shower, and then and then when you guys are sleeping, I'm watching content, getting ideas. Like I just don't stop. And then when I have a little break, you know, I'll celebrate. I'll try to have a good time, but I don't really even have a good time. So guys, like I have, and ladies, so just people watching me.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I have all the things in the world, but I'm probably not really even happy. Like I don't know. I'm not a happy person. Maybe this is maybe I'm crazy.
A little bit. A lot
maybe
crazy.
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But I'm not a happy person. I have all the watches. I have all the cars. I have.
Those don't. They make you happy for a moment.
I have my own gym. Our office is beautiful. I have everything that I want to wear. We live in a nice house. We're all healthy. Like, but you asked me this and you said, well, what's going to make you, I don't even know if I'm happy.
Figure it out. Like
I'm not,
figure it out, please.
I'm not a happy person.
I know you're not. And one thing about us, because people are like, I'm like,
but you know
shut
what?
up. Nobody cares about your opinion.
Just to end this happy thing, like, I know that, like, maybe I've never been happy.
You're happy on the jet.
I'm happy on the jet when I'm drinking champagne. Yes. But then I get in trouble.
Right. Because you don't know how to handle it. Yeah.
But like, look, I don't think we're meant to be happy anyways. Like humans are meant to suffer. Like, I don't think we're meant to be happy. Like, who's happy? Like, think about it.
Well,
like when you're a kid, you're happy.
Is part of it too.
When you're a kid, you're always happy.
It's part of life.
And then even kids get mad, like Berlin. But like, I've been unhappy, very, very broke when I didn't have money to pay my bills and I was getting everything foreclosed and repossessed. And I also been unhappy right now, but I have money to pay all my bills and live a good life. And I'd rather be unhappy but have money than be unhappy and not have money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. Also, guys, for lastly, because I'm going to run out of here right now. We already went a little bit longer. We hold each other accountable. And I feel like a lot of couples, they pretend like everything's happy and everybody thinks they're happy until they're divorced. And like him and I, we talk about things. I'm like, okay, like this happened and whatever. And now we're going to talk about it because, again, I have no problem having clear communication to solve an issue before it becomes a big issue. It's a tiny little problem, but if you don't address it, it becomes a big problem, right? And him and I were great at that. And through every single level in our life, because it's been multiple levels, because we continue to go up and up and up and up and up. Again, mostly because he's crazy and he takes every risk you'll ever imagine. Me, I'm like, let's just go halfway. And he's like, no, let's go 1.5 ways. And I'm like, okay, let's meet here. But we hold each other accountable. Like, he's like, Syl, like, when are you going to take the gym serious? I'm like, you're right. Because I just went on I was like, let's go every dinner 3 times a week. Obviously, what's at dinner? Temptation, margaritas, dessert, not food that you're cooking. So you don't know what's in it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And like I told him, when you don't have limits, meaning we can spend whatever we want, eating wherever, whenever, as many times a week as we feel like it becomes a problem. So I had to like really look at everything. I'm like, you're right. You know, so I'm not going to be mad if he tells me, hey, Syl, like, you're a little bit fluffy, like you're a little bit fat. Like, what are we doing about this? Like, jump on the stairs. Don't forget to do your cardio. Like, I could take the hints. And I know it's not like I don't look at myself in the mirror, you know, and so I'm not mad at him. He's holding me accountable, but I know myself. So I know what I need to do to get to the place that I want to be at, physically, mentally, and emotionally, and in our relationship, aside from business, because we're married, we're business partners, we have kids together, we're parents, you know, it's a lot, you know, and I told Albert, I can see why a lot of people get divorced and just decide to call it quits, because it's not easy, you know, and we're not perfect by any means. Do we work everything out? Absolutely. Do I love him more than anybody? I do, not more than myself, but I love him a lot. And I love my kids, you know, and it's like you really have to put everything in perspective and be smart and address the issues as they're coming in, you know, because we know people that are married and like they hate their wife and she weighs like 500 pounds and you can't tell your wife, at least talk about it. You know, maybe, you know, there's other ways to address it. But like when there's no communication and you start to fall out of love, you know, like who is to blame? It's both parties. You know, communicating effectively is, you have to be able to do that, you know, because if you love each other, like I told him, I love you, but it's like, X, Y, and Z is not going to work. So let's go. Let's figure it out. Like, what are we doing? You know, I'm here to reach every level of success with you, you know, but this is what it looks like on my end. Like maybe you have a different idea and let's talk about it, right? But people don't want to talk about the real stuff anymore, you know, and life is unfortunately not super easy, but you have to be okay with the hard. That's how you get to being in a great place of happiness. I'm happy. I'm always happy. Do we work like a lot? We do, but I like to be able to do whatever the hell I want. Most of the time it's to work and to spend time with my kids. But, you know, I make sure that I'm present. And that's one thing with him. He's always on his phone and I really got to go now.
Go. I'll close it out.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. Sorry.
Well, watch me on the live though.
I got to go.
Put my eyes closed. No, you could hear me. So guys, look, I want to close it out. But one thing I want to say is like, you know, like I said, like I was talking about happiness, right? So I know how it is to be unhappy and not have money, and then also be unhappy and have a lot of money. And I pick being unhappy and having a lot of money all the time. And you know what? Like I am happy. You know, it's just certain times of the calendar where you go through different cycles, right? So like I am a happy person, but the things that make me happy are just being productive. Like I like being productive. My favorite part of the day is the morning when I wake up. Like I like waking up and I like working. Like I like working. I like getting results. I love closing deals. I love all of that. And like I said, I'm happy when I am with my kids, with my wife, with my parents, but I do got to do a better job at that. I got to be more present and I just got to, you know, I got to be better at that. So today, you know, we weren't happy with each other. You know, we had a little fight and then Syl's like, I don't want to do driven couples. I don't want to do it. And I told her, no, we are doing it. We are doing it because like more than anything, we like to call ourselves, we want to be known as the people that are real. You know, we're not trying to be perfect here. We're not saying that we live a perfect life and we're not. We are like all of you. We go through ups and downs. We make mistakes and we are here to learn. Every day we're learning new things in life. So if you see us or you see the Cardones or you see the Patrick Bet-Davids or you see these people that you see on the Ed Milettes, and you're thinking, man, they have a perfect life. Nobody has a perfect life. Like we all have our issues, but you gotta show up every day and you gotta do more every day than you did yesterday. So that's why we did the show. That's why we did it again today. We did the show today, even though we didn't want to do it, because we want you to see like, hey, this is what we're going through and it's live. Like every week you get to see us and we just show you what's going on. Like what are we working on? What are we improving? What are we fixing? So having said that, guys, nobody has a perfect life. You got to improve every day. And if you messed up today or you messed up yesterday, start where you're at, start right now, and start fixing it right now, and get over it. Get over it. Life, you never know when life will end and how much time you have left in life. So always improve, always get better. So see you guys next week.